Hi, Matt with etrailer. Today we're going to be talking about the SnapPads jack pads. Now these are going to be the QD ones, and these are going to be great for just being an upgrade to your original jack pads that come with your jacks. So let's check them out. So when we compare this to what comes with your jacks, you'll notice this is going to offer you a lot more surface area. That's in turn going to help you when you're on any type of camping trip. And let's say you're on either grass, gravel, whatever it is, this is going to handle that a little bit better because it's going to be wider. And on top of that, this material here is going to give you more traction when it is making contact with the ground. Now let's say when you get back home, you go to put this back in your driveway. Typically with this style of foot, when it makes contact with the ground, one, it's going to want to slide, and two, it could scratch up the surface. This, we don't have to worry about that because again, this is going to give you more traction and it's going to be made of this rubber. So when that does make contact with the ground, it's not going to want to slide and it won't scratch anything up. Another benefit you're going to see with these, when we compare this to our original feet, these will be relatively low to the ground. This is going to sit up a little bit higher. And what that's doing is making sure that our jacks don't have to travel as far. And since they don't have to travel as far, they're going to be more stable since everything's going to be a little bit more compact. Now something else to note is you need to make sure that these are going to be compatible with your jacks. And you can actually find which jacks this is going to be compatible on the specs on our webpage. So you're going to get 2 of them and each one's going to be really easy to install, and I can actually show you that now. Now we've already taken off our old feet. So with that out of the way, we can see how this is going to go into place. And this is looking pretty good. Now, you'll notice there might be a little bit of a gap in between the actual jack and your foot pad. And so what you want to do is see if one of the spacers in your kit are going to fit in between here. In our case, it's not today. If it would for you, then you could put one of those in between. The way you do that is you're going to grab your bolt. I'm going to put a washer on it. And then you can actually put on that spacer in this orientation like this. That's what it should look like. If you need to put more on there, you can. In my case today, I'm not. And when I do push this all the way through, I'm going to make sure I put a second washer on the other side. I'll show you what I'm talking about now. With that through, I got that second washer, it's going in place, and then I can put on my nut. Now another thing we can do, if I don't like that much space here, I can grab a couple more washers and try to put that in between here. But in our case today, I'm just going to tighten this down. Now I got this all tightened down. You will need a wrench and a socket wrench on the other side. Now I noticed when I did tighten it down, it was still feeling a little bit loose, so I did end up putting 2 washers in between here. Make sure you don't use all your washers on one side, unless you have some extras at home, then you can kind of fill that gap a little bit more, but 2 in my case today for the inside was just fine. And you can tell I have just a little bit of resistance here, but I can still pivot this around. Overall, I think this is going to be a solid choice. Now I know there's a lot of other options that will sit underneath your jacks, and they sit up fairly wide, but the only issue with those are they're not going to be built into your jacks and they're easy to forget about. And the last thing is, these just make it look a lot nicer compared to other options out there. If you guys have any other questions, let us know here at etrailer. And again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.